I hope we're live now. I've been trying to go live for the last 30, 40 minutes, and we've been having issues, network, device, here and there, but hopefully we're live now. If you can hear us live, please give a thumbs up. Say something if you can hear us so I know that we're actually live, okay? My name is Chioma Moma, and I'm here to talk to you about something really, really, really interesting. But I want to just do a quick sound check to be sure that we can hear us, that you can hear us. Millie, can you hear us? All right, so thank you so much. We are live. So yeah, we're talking about things teens, children wish their parents knew. And I have a very special guest today, a very handsome guest with me today. This is his first time he's appearing on my live. I just thought, okay, let's have a new face here. And yeah, introduce yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Nonso. So I'll be talking about things teens wish their parents knew, things they wish their parents did. So all of that.
All right, awesome. So it's not going to be a long live. We'll try and be out of your face in a few minutes. But yes, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that already. A lot of great content. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's Chioma Moma, Chiomah. Mama, and then of course I'm all over your social media platforms. Lots of videos. If you not watch my other videos, watch them. And then of course we have a session coming up, helping your child choose the right university. I get a lot of questions from parents, whether it's nursery, primary, secondary school, and university, trying to see what do we need to do. So I have a session with my son coming up at the end of the month. You don't want to miss that. We're going to talk about real tips and real strategies, things that you need to know to help you guide your child as they choose the right university and get the right funding. We all know what the dollar rate is saying. It's not plain. We need to get funding opportunities. We need to get those scholarships. So make sure you join me. I'm going to leave more details about that, where you can see and where you can join me. And also I have my coaching, my signature program, the Butterfly Project for working moms. Is an amazing program. My clients, honestly, it's been great working with people. It's a coaching and mentoring program where I handhold you and we talk and talk about what we need to do as we're raising our children. Why are you laughing at me? So I'm going to start this program. I want to get this show on the road. First of all, also tell me, what is this one thing? What's that number one thing you think parents, you just wish that teens wish their parents knew they should do or not do?
Okay, so one thing I think teens wish their parents knew or realize is that times have changed. And times have changed. I know a lot of parents want their kids to do things the way they did it back in their time. But times have changed. You can't really do a lot of things the same way, and parents need to understand that. I know they would like them to still have certain values, which is fine. You can teach them certain things, you can train them in a certain way, but overall you can't just have them living their lives the way you did.
Yeah, times have changed. I agree with you. And I think of one example is like, how, back in our time, there's some courses you could not study. As in, who are you to come and start saying you want to study a certain course? Your parents will skin you alive. But now you can even say, oh, I want to play football. I want to study this particular course. And your parents are, you should know that by now we ought to know that. Look, it's not really about what that dream you have for your child, but what your child has a passion for. And the courses that you could get great jobs for now have changed. So right now you're thinking of all sorts of different careers in media, in IT, things that didn't exist 20 years ago, like social media, for instance. 20 years ago, did we have what we have now? Streaming, content creators, people making so much money, making a living, doing things that they actually love that have to do with media. So times have changed, parents. Just cut your children some slack. You are here to support them, but don't always remember that it's not just the way you want things to be done. Things can be done in different ways. Always remember that. So number two.
Number two on my list. So I think parents need to understand that being too strict doesn't really help their children. Because when parents are too strict and just very, should I say, like formal relationship with their children, or just because I think parents should understand that you have to actually be friends with your child. You aren't just a parent, you're also meant to be a friend. So yeah, when parents are too strict, it doesn't really allow them open up to them and tell them how they feel, and they end up opening up to the wrong people. Maybe not the wrong person, but people outside, and it end up being someone that even makes things worse for them. So I think parents need to take it easy and not be so strict.
That's a good one. Don't be
Yeah.
too strict because it has its repercussions. And when we're talking about loving children, it's good to show love, be kind, be firm. You're the parents, obviously, so you need to be firm. But when you're too strict, I think it kind of closes children up.
Yeah.
They don't, like you said, like Nonsense said, they don't want to talk to you. They're scared of you, rather than have that healthy fear of you and respect of you. They're actually petrified of you, and they rather die, or rather, they'll go and tell someone else, and they end up, telling the wrong people stuff because they just do not want this. I can't connect with this person who is always, screaming at me. I don't even want to be around this person. So parents, please, we know you need to be there. You need to guide these children properly. We know that they need your firmness, they need boundaries, they need those rules and regulations, they need all those things that you know that they ought to need, but you don't need to be harsh, okay? It could be counterproductive, it could backfire, right? So number 3, what's number 3?
Okay, so number 3, I think children wish their parents didn't act like they were perfect. A lot of parents just try and portray this image of perfection, and when I was your age I didn't do this, I wasn't like this. But a lot of parents were even worse than their children, but they don't want to make their children see that. And I think when you actually open up to your child and like make them and show them that, okay, you made mistakes, you did some crazy stuff as a child, they also feel like, since they can relate with that, they also like feel comfortable. And yeah, but when they just see that, oh, this is my father is perfect, my mother is perfect, they always want to just maintain a certain standard, and they'll always be under pressure to maintain those standards.
I think this one is something I can connect with, because a lot of us have did great, we're very good teenagers or not, and painting that picture of perfection to your child, it also puts them under pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to live up to your standard, like, mom and dad were so this, and it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to know that, look, I've told my children of, when I wasn't doing well in school. In my first, second year, I wasn't doing great. I dropped the ball, but I was able to get back up and all that. So at times you need to. So it's not going to make him now say, oh, year 1 or year 2, me, I will not do well. On the contrary, he's saying that, oh, mom, is not superhuman, and he's able to open up to me as well, right? Yeah, so I think that's one of the things. Bless you, son. Bless you. So, yeah, so please stop painting this picture of perfection for your children. Even if you were very good or you have always been good, it's there's a lot of pressure. I think the mental health. Bless you, son. Bless you. I think a lot of mental health issues that we're dealing with today, especially our young people, putting them on that, holding them to that high pedestal. You should expect wonderful things of them, but just don't easy on them, especially when you're not telling the truth. Should we take a time out? Yeah, good. Sorry about that. So yeah, what's the other thing? Name another one.
I'll say being overprotective.
Okay.
Yeah, children don't like parents that are overprotective, because let me speak. Yeah, when parents are overprotective, I think, which is understandable, because we're not in times are dangerous, and
Bless you.
yeah, so times are dangerous, and I understand why parents want to protect their children, but they tend to overdo it. And I don't think some parents realize that one day they'll actually be out of the house and they'll have so much freedom. They won't be there to always watch them and control them. So I think the best thing to do is just to advise your child, teach them the right things to do. Always be there to guide them, but just don't be so protective, because you won't always be there to actually watch them. That's the truth.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of what do you call it, helicopter parenting, where you love them, so you're doing everything, you're overprotective, they can't go anywhere without you, they can't do anything, and yes, the world is dangerous, but at the end of the day, like Nonsa has said, you will not always be there. Things will happen. You know, they're good. No matter what, no matter how you, even if you want them to go to school, university from the house, they're still going to get to class and you will not be there. Someone is still going to offer them drugs and you are not going to be there. Someone is going to, they're going to be in some situation and you will not be there. They're going to be stranded one day, maybe the car breaks down or something, and you will not be there. So overprotection, you know, it doesn't really help them. You're there to guide them. Yes, you need to protect them and give them that sense of security and love. Very, very important. But do not overdo it. I think that's a really important one, because God forbid, you know, we're hoping we'll be there for them as long as possible, but it's not, that's not the reality of life. They have to grow up, you know, they're going to go into the workplace. And that's why that's why I think we have a lot of young people dealing with a lot of mental health challenges, because they're so fragile, because they've been over pampered and overprotected, and when they get into the real world, some of them snap.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm. So any other points also? What else?
Yeah, I think one thing parents need to stop doing is being so I don't know if this is the right word to use, but being hypocrites. Because yeah, a lot of things parents complain about, sometimes they're guilty of
They
doing
do
that
worse,
thing, and
yeah?
even worse than wherever it is. For example, phone usage. My mom, for example.
I've been called out.
So I mean, there've been times where she'll like complain about how much we use our phones and all of that, and my brother and I will be like, use your phone way more than us, and she used the excuse of always for work and all of that, but it's still phone usage in the end. The screen time is still really high. So yeah, I just think parents, before they complain about certain things children do, they need to like look at themselves. They need to lead by example.
True. We have to model. Yeah, you call me, and that's the truth. You know, the truth is that at times, the whole do as I say, don't do as I do does not work for this generation of children. They look at you and they're like, what are you talking about? You're doing the same thing you're saying I'm not doing. You know, you cannot say, oh, live healthy, don't eat too much, and you're eating anyhow. You cannot say, oh, you cannot do this, and then they see you doing certain things. So it's really, really important that you're not being a hypocrite. That's just really the simple way to put it.
Yeah.
You're modeling the right behavior, the behavior you want to see. So things which your parents, that you knew that, look, guys, you need to model what you want to see in us while looking up to you. You cannot say certain things to us and do something else and expect us to live with it. No, we are going to do something else. We are going to rebel maybe. We look up to you, right? You look up to us parents, and we need to also, you know, it's the same way at times we look up to our pastors. We expect a higher standard from them. Our children expect a higher standard from us, not a lower standard. We cannot say do this and then we're doing something that is way worse. Okay, so yeah, so it's something I've had to be conscious of, because I'm like, you know what, I can make all the excuses I want, but these guys are looking at you. This young lady is looking at you. Are you doing the things you want them to do? You might say, oh, I've earned my place. I'm an adult. I've earned the right to do certain things. Yes, you have, but are those things the right things you're doing? Okay? Yeah. So next point, also, what is the next thing you think you wish we knew?
I think parents should learn to apologize, learn to say sorry. A lot of parents feel that they can't apologize to their children. They're always right, and that's not the case. Nobody is perfect. If you make a mistake, if you do something and you realize, oh yeah, that wasn't right, you should actually have the courage and be humble enough, I guess. To say, oh, I was wrong, I apologize. Yeah, because I think that way your children will even respect you more, because that is actually you can actually apologize. But when you're always like, nah, I can't apologize to this boy, I'm not going to do that, nah, that doesn't.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So it should be, I think, with because I mentioned earlier that beyond that parent-child relationship, there should also be like friendship, you know, between
the child and the parent.
Yeah, that's part of building that. There has to be respect, and that's one of the ways you can have that respect. Yeah,
so it's interesting you spoke about that friendship, because just today I was arguing with someone, like a healthy argument, we're talking about that. She was like, no, my child is not my friend. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying your child is your friend, like your peer. and you people are mates. No, that's not what I mean. You are the parent, but there is a friendship aspect, like a tool of parenting that is really, really good in terms of that communication, where you can talk to your child and your child can
Yeah.
talk to you. Because if they always see you from that authority, dictator-like position, because we have the different types of parenting, we have permissive, authoritative, authoritarian. If they see you always from that authoritarian view of, oh, you're up there, at times they won't be able to open up to you, but you have to come at times to their level, where they see you as someone that they can open up to, someone they can trust, and that's how they're able to confide in you and tell you, look, this happened today, someone did this to me today, someone tried to do that to me today, this is the situation I'm having, what do you think I should do? Because they see you as someone that they see you as that ally, that ally, that person that they can say, oh, yeah, you understand, and, you're not going to judge me, you're not going to, look down on me because I'm going through this, or, through this challenge and all that. So that's that aspect which I think is really important for parents to also have, so that their child, it helps you bond with them, it helps you communicate, it helps them feel open to talk to you and ask you questions and tell you, look, this is what happened to me. What should I do? I'm in danger. Because many times children are having issues, they're in danger, and they cannot come to their parents because they are petrified, and they go to the wrong person. God forbid, they might go to the wrong person who might actually lead them astray. So you need to really, really be that person that your children can open up to and talk to. Okay, very, very important. So any other points?
Yeah, this is next one is one I feel a lot of parents are guilty of, and that's comparing their children to other children. Yeah, no one likes that.
Yeah.
But I think yeah, it doesn't help, because even those children that you're comparing your children to, they have their own problems. Their parents probably compare them to other children as well. So
no one is perfect.
no one is perfect. So
Yeah.
I think you just need to every child has the things that parents will like. Yeah. So I just think you just look at the positive things
Okay.
that child does,
Mm-hmm.
and encourage the child. When he does something right, you praise the child. That way you can keep doing those things that you like. And when you feel you need to correct the child,
When you feel
you need to correct the child, yeah, you correct him without having to compare to his brother or his cousin
or
or friend.
anybody else.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And that's an important one, honest. Nobody likes to be compared to anybody. We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. Nobody, I don't think it's healthy, especially for siblings, to be called, why can't you be like your brother? No, it's really not healthy. When we think of, even from scripture, nobody likes being compared. Let's look at people, everybody has what they do what they do well. And praise people on their merit, but based on what they've done. Encourage them when they do it right. When they don't do it right, you can tell them what they missed. Praise the process that they got to achieve, that they're able to get to where they're able to get to at all, rather than just comparing them. Comparison, Jaria, comparison stings. So if you're on this live, please send this live to somebody. Let someone join in. It's going to be here anyway, so people can also watch it later, okay? Very unnecessary. It's very, 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 very unnecessary. What else? And so we have to go soon. What else do you think parents need to know or to know?
Yeah, I
they need to
think
stop doing?
parents should also not downplay their children's problems, because I think sometimes parents are like, oh, what problems could you be facing? You're not paying any bills, you're not paying school fees, all of that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, not just parents, adults, children, people are facing different problems. It could be mental health issues,
True.
depression, anxiety,
True.
all of that. So I think parents should also always try and help their children.
And validate their feelings.
Yeah, and just help them overcome whatever they're dealing with, help them get through it. Yeah, and not just say it's not that important, or when you get older you face bigger problems. I think every little problem needs attention.
Yeah, that's a good one, because especially with this mental health issue, I think we take them for granted. People. I have people say, "Oh, what's depression? What is that? You can't be." And Nigerians don't get depressed. But guess what? Our suicide rate in this country is like number 15 or something ridiculous in the world. Because there is depression. Yesterday, somebody jumped off the Link Bridge in Lekki. People are doing all sorts of things. So we should not just sweep these things under the carpet. Like we said, times have changed. That was the first point also raised. Things have changed. There's a lot of things that people are contending with, especially with this world where there's so much you're seeing online, social media is attacking you. There's so much to deal with, and we cannot see the issues that our teens and young people are facing. Honestly, I think they have more to grapple with. So they even need to be more resilient than we are. So I think we need to give them the right tools. We need to equip them. We need to help them. We need to judge them less. We need to be there for them. We need to listen to them. Okay? And let them be heard. Anything, final thoughts, because we have to go. Does anyone have any questions before we go? Because I'm worried about this. We've been having technical issues all evening, so I want to just upload this thing. But if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. We'll answer. If you have any questions and you're here live, please go ahead and ask them. So he'll be happy to help. And I think I'm going to get you here again also. I think I enjoyed this session. I'm going to do this again, definitely. We're definitely going to be back to talk about young people. Things are different. That's just the honest truth. But what thing that is the same is the values, the core values, the value systems of families. Those things that are important. Loyalty, integrity, diligence, those things remain the same. And we can help our children, we can raise them, we can guide them. Because the truth is that a lot of things that they do, the way they turn out in life, a lot of it depends on me, it depends on you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Was there anything else before we go?
That's all.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining in. Don't forget to watch the other videos. Is there anything you want us to talk about? Like I said, I'm going to have him come here again. Please don't hesitate to send me a message, and let's talk about how we can raise healthy, wholesome, resilient children so they can go from young child to young adulthood and beyond and do well and thrive well. Thank you so much. Good night.
Share,
Share, like, subscribe. All right, bye.
Bye.